in studio with me this morning. We continue our conversation with Coach JR Kirby from Covington. This Friday, you will be taking on in our Hamilton Health and Wellness Game of the Week, Haywood, and tell us about that matchup, what you're looking forward to, and what you think you'll see out of Haywood.
A 4A power, perennial 4A power for the last few years. Chris Smith, Coach Hook fan before, and then Coach Chris Smith came in, and then Coach Puckett was on staff and took over. And Coach Puckett's state championship winning coach when he was at Lake County, and they do a really good job there. We picked this game up a few years ago when we both lost a game because of weather, and we picked it up during fall break in 24. We were fortunate enough to get the win that night, and then we played again last year in a shootout, pretty much. Final was 55-44, I believe, and Walker Davis had a big night with 5 touchdowns, and doing our game plan that we had that night, which kind of had to get adjusted. But, this year is a different animal. Like I said, we graduated a lot, and they lost some, but they bring back Jalen Butler, which is a highly talented recruit, really, really good football player, maybe be the best athlete we see all year until probably we get to the end of the year versus Westview. And, they put it in his hands, and they got a really good running back. I think he rushed for right at 190 the other night. Big offensive line like you would expect from Haywood, and they got kids that can go. So we've got to match physicality. That's kind of been the formula to try to compete with them and beat them in the past. And it's going to be another test for our young football team. I say young and inexperienced football team on Friday night, but it's a good test. It's going to prepare us for down the road. That's why you play these games against Haywood, and we're going to try to keep this game, because it's one of our longest true rivals with them. We're going to try to, keep that as we move forward. And like I said, I think it'll be a really good game. Keys for us is just match that physicality for them, because if they can get the leaning on us, we could be in trouble and